I don't believe in Jesus because of the Bible. I believe in the Bible because of Jesus. See, Jesus came and he predicted his death and resurrection. And then he pulled it off. See, when it comes to any of the debatable topics of our day, we don't begin with the Bible because for a lot of people, like, well, I'm not sure I'm on board with that. I'm on board with Jesus. I get that. Well, okay, if I'm on board with Jesus and I look at how Jesus spoke about the Bible, I don't believe in Jesus because the Bible said it was so. I believe in the Bible because Jesus said it was so. The Bible is just a testimony to who Jesus was. Jesus says, by the way, now all Jesus had at his, when he was walking the earth was what was the Old Testament at that point. And he points back to all of that and the authority that was there and the teaching that was there. I don't have time to read all of those, but I do want to read one to us as we close. Jesus said this about the Old Testament. Do not think that I've come to abolish the law or the prophets. He says, I've not come to abolish them, but to fulfill them. For truly I say to you, until heaven and earth pass away, not an iota, not a dot will pass in the law until all is accomplished. The iota being the smallest letter of their language. The dot being the smallest mark in their language. He says, by the way, none of this is going to pass away until it's all accomplished. So Jesus himself points back and says, I believe that this is authoritative. I believe that it's true. And I believe Jesus. And if I believe Jesus, then I believe what Jesus claims is true. And so when I sit here on a Sunday morning and we start to have some discussions, because when I was in college, I wasn't there. So well, that's great, the Bible says, but I think this. That's fine. How I think and feel changes. Today I might feel one way, tomorrow I might feel another. This doesn't change. So when I finally got to a spot in my life where I said I'm ready to accept not just that Jesus is who he claims to be, but that all Jesus taught is true, then I accept. Now I'm able to teach, to say, hey, when you're struggling with stuff, this is what God has to say about it. Anything else, we can pray about it, we can figure stuff out, and that's incredible, but that's subjective. This is the only true objective measure of truth and guidance for our lives. And so we gather together, whatever topic it is that we talk about. I'm not going to get up on a Sunday morning and say, hey, here's what I think about this, because my opinion is no better than your opinion. But if I can sit up and say, but this is what God says, not subjectively about this, but objectively. I believe in this because Jesus points himself back to that. I don't believe in Jesus because the Bible says it. I believe in the Bible because Jesus said it.